Hey everyone, today we're tackling one of the most frustrating kitchen problems, when you're trying to blend a smoothie or soup and your cheap blender just can't handle the job. It either stalls out, makes a mess, or leaves chunks behind.
I've been there, too, and I know how annoying it can be.
You're trying to get a healthy breakfast going, or whip up a quick snack, and your blender is just not cooperating.
I ran into that same frustration until I found the Waring Programmable Blender with a 48 ounces Copolyester jar.
Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon.
What sold me right away was the 1200 watt motor.
I've used blenders with 600 watt motors that sound like they're about to take off, but this one has real power without the ear-splitting noise.
I mean, who wants to wake up the whole household just to make a smoothie, right?
I tossed in frozen mango, Greek yogurt, and a splash of almond milk for a smoothie and it crushed everything in about 25 seconds with barely any shaking.
Even ice cubes disappeared without a peep.
It's amazing how much of a difference that extra power makes. You can just throw in your ingredients and let the blender do its thing, without having to stop and scrape down the sides or worry that it's going to stall out.
The programmable part is a total game changer for mornings when you're half asleep.
You set the time and speed once, and the blender repeats that exact sequence every time you push the button.
No more guessing if you need to pulse or run it for a full minute.
I use the smoothie preset for breakfast and the soup preset when I'm making gazpacho. It's like having a sous chef that remembers exactly how you like things done. I've even started experimenting with other recipes, like hummus and salsa, and it's been a breeze to get the perfect consistency every time. The jar is big enough for a family-size batch, 48 ounces, and it's made from copolyester, which feels sturdier than the usual thin plastic. I've dropped it a couple of times and it hasn't cracked, and it's also dishwasher safe, so cleanup is quick and easy. The lid has a push-up spout so you can pour without removing the whole lid, which is great when you're trying to keep the counter clean. I hate when blenders leave a trail of spills and splatters behind, but this one makes it easy to contain the mess.
Durability is another major win.
I've had blenders that started leaking after a few months, but this jar seals tight even after a year of daily use.
The base is all metal, so it doesn't flex or wobble on the counter, and the non-slip feet keep it from walking away while it's running.
I've had blenders in the past that would vibrate so much they'd practically launch themselves off the counter, but this one stays put. It's clear that Waring has put some thought into designing a blender that can withstand heavy use.
Waring backs it with a 3-year warranty, which is longer than most blenders I've seen.
I had to call them once about a small issue with the lid seal, and they sent a replacement part within a week, no hassle. It's always a good sign when a company stands behind their products like that. It gives you peace of mind, knowing that you're not just buying a blender, you're buying a long-term solution to your blending needs.
Now, I will say that it's not perfect.
The control panel is a little busy if you're used to simple up-down buttons, so it takes a minute to get comfortable.
There are a lot of options and presets, which can be overwhelming at first. But once you get the hang of it, it's really intuitive.
Also, because it's so powerful, it can overblend delicate things like herbs if you're not careful, so you still have to keep an eye on it. I've learned to pulse it gently when I'm blending herbs or other fragile ingredients, and that seems to do the trick.
Another thing I want to mention is that it's not the smallest blender on the market.
It's a bit taller and wider than some of the other blenders I've owned, so you'll want to make sure you have enough counter space to accommodate it.
But for me, the benefits far outweigh the slightly larger size.
I mean, I'd rather have a blender that can handle big batches and heavy use than one that's compact but underpowered. All in all, if you're tired of blenders that can't keep up, this one's worth a look.
It's been a total game changer for me, and I think it could be for you too.
Whether you're a smoothie enthusiast, a soup lover, or just someone who wants a reliable blender for everyday use, this Waring blender is definitely worth considering.
Link is below if you want to see the current price and read more reviews.